Howdy guys, Cub here. Welcome to a redstone tutorial on how to build my chorus fruit farm in Minecraft. So before I begin this tutorial, I just want to give a shout out to Morsey's Minecraft, who developed a concept similar to this, using water streams to break the chorus fruit. But I've since refined that concept, and I actually built this quite a while ago in my Let's Play world, but I thought it was worth sharing, and I finally gotten around to making a tutorial for it. So let me show you how this farm works. So first of all, basically how it works is you need an axe to harvest the chorus fruit. So let me just go into survival game mode. There we go. Survival game mode. So yeah, basically we've already planted the farm. It's already grown. And what we do is we just go through and we get all these chorus fruit flowers from the second and third layer of the farm. And this basically will be enough to allow us to replant again. And the reason is there's a very specific placement of glass right here. As you can see, there's glass panes everywhere floating, and that basically ensures that we have enough chorus fruit flowers to replant the farm indefinitely. So you never run out of chorus fruit, which can be a problem if you don't harvest the upper ones sometimes, if you just harvest this normally, for instance. But we'll just go through and just easily get these, because these are at our height level, so we don't have to like look up or anything. And so we'll just harvest a couple more here, just like that. And we just need 40 of these to be sustainable. So there we go, there's 40, and we still have a few more, it looks like, around here to harvest. So you actually get a little bit of a surplus of these chorus fruit flowers. But once you've collected these from the second layer, all you have to do is simply walk out here, press this button, and you'll see, there we go, all the chorus fruit plants are broken. There's our chorus fruit plants being pushed by the water streams into the center. And you'll see this cart will now launch and pick up all the chorus fruit automatically. So it's a pretty good system. You can see it being picked up over here. It goes down this way, and then it comes back down this side. And then once it gets to the end over here, it will actually dump off everything into this chest. And usually you get about 3.5 stacks of these chorus fruit per harvest. And you can see it, there's the cart that showed up. And we have about 3 stacks or so chorus fruit in there. So it's a very quick way to easily get a lot of chorus fruit. And I can just show you here, it's easy to replant and such. So you just come through here and just plant this down on the end stone. So pretty straightforward farm. It is a manual farm. There are some automatic designs I've seen, or some AFK-able designs I've seen. But I find this is pretty good as far as the manual ones go. So let's go ahead and make a tutorial right now. So to make this farm, go ahead and start off with a 20 by 20 area, as you see here. That's the area you'll need to make this farm. Then come to any one of the sides, and we're going to want to count over 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So right here. And right here inside the farm, we're going to go ahead and place a dispenser down facing upward with a water bucket inside. And then do the same thing on the opposite side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right here. There's our dispenser with water bucket inside, and then do the same thing for the other 2 sides. So just come on over here. Looks like it's about right there. And then this one is going to be right across from this dispenser, so that's going to go right there with the water bucket inside. Fantastic. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to basically activate your dispensers, or just place a water source on top of them. So you can just do something similar to that. Should spread out just like this, and go ahead and activate all these. I'm just going to go ahead and go around and activate all these. There we go. So you should see a water pattern emerge like this. It looks like a giant X from above. And basically what you want here to do now is you want to replace all the blocks underneath of the water with whatever floor you're going to go with for your farm. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with some blue hardened clay. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace all the blocks that the water is flowing on with the blue hardened clay. So at this point, your farm should look a little bit like this. And what we're going to do next is we're going to determine that this is going to be the front of our farm here along this side. So we're going to drop down here. We're actually going to break out these 3 blocks over here. And these 3 blocks right there. And that's just to allow us easy access in and out of our farm. And we need easy access in and out of our farm because now what we have to do is we have to basically dig down 2 blocks on every block that is not our floor block. So we're going to go down 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, here, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. You get the idea. Dig out all the grass blocks, in my case here, down 2 blocks. So right now the farm should look a little bit like this, and now we're ready to start placing down the rails. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and place down a hopper. That is, basically if you come from this frontmost dropper, it's going to be one to the side of that. In my case, it's going to be to the left side of that, facing into the block, which is going to have a chest right there, and that's what's going to be what stores all of our collected chorus fruit right there. So that is what we have there. I'm also going to go ahead and put down a block here, which is going to serve as the backstop for the cart, and then 2 powered rails down like this, and then we're going to start heading downward here, and we just dig out a 2 deep trench all the way down like this, and then over here, and then all we need from here on out is just some rails down like this, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw in some powered rails here to keep the cart moving. So I'm going to start a powered rail here. We'll have let's see, regular rail here, and then we can't just have it curve here because sometimes items could get stuck like in this corner bit right here where the water ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually dig underneath of these blocks here, just connect it up like this. We'll have a powered rail coming back here, rail here, dig under this block, have this coming back like so, coming out to here. At this point we'll have it turn up here, and then just basically sort of zigzag back and forth, zigzag your rail line back and forth so that it goes underneath of a lot of these blocks right here, just to make sure that it picks up every item. So yeah, that's all I'm doing right here, is just going through and zigzagging this rail along. Okay, so once you reach this point here and you see the diagonal coming out this way, at this point you basically want to do something like this. You want to have a powered rail right here, then you're going to have this come out right here and then back in, and then you'll go out this way and then just sort of continue the pattern out like this, except you're coming back this way now, going out this way, another powered rail, out this way, and then back. And so that is how you sort of get through this first middle section. So once your zigzag has gone a little further, as you can see right here, you now want to basically navigate this corner, and to do that you want to come out like this, start to curve around back this way, over here, then maybe a powered rail right there, come back this way, another powered rail here and here, and then you basically want to have this thing curve back this way and then go straight onto basically underneath of this section here over to this corner. So you're just basically going to have to dig out all this and run your rail down this line right here until you reach this corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and put down, you know, some powered rails or something right here, a little bit of regular track, powered rail, regular track, powered rails, just like so. Now we just have to navigate this corner, so we basically want to eventually get back to the same zigzag pattern we have over here. So we're just going to basically do this but in reverse right here. So all we need basically is to, let's see, this is going to be here, so we'll have, let's see, we need some regular rail. We're going to have this coming this way, like this, powered rail there. This will loop around like this, powered rail there, come back this way, and we might as well just have it something like this. Again, these powered rails, you want to use them, you know, as much as you can to keep the cart momentum up and everything. So we'll have something here. This will come here to here, back down here, curve around, and then we're back on track pretty much now with the same pattern we had over there before. So now with a little bit more zigzag, you have gotten all the way over to here. Now what you want to do is you want to basically make sure that you cover every block that is going to be exposed. So you want to basically have this circle around like this, come this way, then back this way, powered rail right there, and then do the same zigzag pattern like you've always done pretty much. So just, yeah, powered rails like that, powered rail here, regular rail, powered rail, regular rail, you get the idea. And then just make sure that this comes all the way back into this corner. So a few more zigzags here as you can see, and now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up right here. So just bring it on in like this, around like so, powered rail there, and then we're going to dig in here 2 blocks deep. And what we want is basically this thing to drop off the cart on top of this rail. So we're going to have a block right there, and we'll have some blocks like so that are going to be leading up this cart, so that it basically hits this block and drops straight down onto there to unload its items. So we need something like this. We'll have something like this, and we'll just dig down like so. And so then we just need some rail like so. And of course you can, use the powered rails as you sort of desire here, but that's basically the gist of it right there. So now your track should look a little bit like this, or some slight variation of this, just making sure that you cover every spot that is possible for the coarse fruit to end up on. And so basically that's every block that is, not one of these blue stained clay in my instance. But just make sure that's the case, and then what you will need to do is you need to actually dig underneath of these and power them all on. So you just take a bunch of levers, like so, and you want to dig down underneath of the block your powered rails are on, and each and every one of those, just turn those on. So now it's time to go ahead and place down the redstone. Now, if you don't know redstone, this might be a little bit intense for you, but do feel free to pause the video, go back and rewatch parts if you get lost at any point. So we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, get rid of the other 3 right there, and we're going to want to go ahead and place down a button right on that block. Now, if you want this to be totally flush without using half slabs, you need to come out another block, so you need to come out to about right there. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and make it right here. So let's go ahead and now dig down 3 blocks underneath of the block with the button on it here. We're going to need to clear out a fairly large area, so go ahead and clear out a pretty big area here, 3 blocks deep, and don't worry if you break like rails or anything, because chances are we're going to need to break some anyway to make this. But what we need is this water dispenser to dispense and then stay dispensed basically for an extended period of time. That way the items will have a chance to flow from this point potentially all the way to the side to be picked up. And then after that we need the water to be picked up and then the cart to launch and pick up everything. So that is why we have to sort of have this complex redstone down here. And you could do it with 2 buttons, but I like 1 button because it's much simpler. So we're doing it with 1 button this time around. But you could do it with 2. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm going to go ahead and clear a little bit more area here. Just like that. Okay, sweet. So underneath of the block the button is on, we're going to go ahead and place a block with some dust. Just like that. I'm going to come down 1 on each side. Place dust there and there. Down 1 on this side. Dust here. Block there. Repeater right here. It's going to go into a dust. And a dust right here. Now this is actually, we're going to use this line down here soon. That's going to be where our other dispensers will be triggered from. So just keep that in mind. Then we will come down here like so. Place a redstone dust right here. And then place a repeater right there. So that's going directly underneath of your rails right here. Place a block down right here. And on this block, we're going to go ahead and place dust down, break this block, and we're going to place a block beside this dust, break this block above this dust here, so break that block, and then we're going to place a block right there with some dust on it. Now you might notice there's going to be a gap here with redstone showing. Easiest way to fix that is to just place an upside down stair on top of it. That doesn't cut off the redstone, as you can see there, and still keeps the aesthetic nice and flush on this side. And then we need, from this dust, we'll place a block right here and a torch right there. And you heard the water dispense up here. It's a good way to test if you did this portion right there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and replace it to get rid of the water, like so. So that's our first dispenser, our dispenser activation setup right there. Now we're going to set up the cart launch and the second dispenser activation. And so this is going to be a sort of all-in-one type deal. So we're going to come down here. We're going to place a repeater on 4 ticks. It's going to go into a block with a torch on it. And then we'll have a block here with dust. There and there, just like so. And now we need, let's see, we need a couple of hoppers here. So we'll place a hopper here and here, facing into one another, just like so. Again, I'm going to dig out some stuff so I can move around. And then from here we need a comparator facing from this first hopper into that block right there. We'll need a redstone dust here and a repeater facing into this second hopper. Then from here, from this second hopper, we're going to have a comparator facing outward, going into a block. Going to need some more space back here. That's going to go into 2 dust right here. And then, let's see, we're going to need a 4-tick repeater here. This line, this portion of this line will come to power the rail, power the minecart rail. So we'll have 4 ticks, 4 ticks, 4 ticks. So 3 4-tick repeaters and a 4th one right there. That's going to go into a block with a torch on it. And then this will go into a block right here with a torch on it. And this is basically going to power our rail, which is on this block. Now, come back to this line here. We're going to have a repeater here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dust right there. And then we need 3 repeaters in a row. 1, 2, 3 on single tick delay, leading back into this line right here. And that should be it. So what should happen now, after we also place 24 blocks of our choice into this hopper right here, just like that. And also, I forgot to place a block on top of that hopper to block it being locked by this torch. So once we place 24 blocks into this first hopper here, when we hit this button, you should see the water dispense, stay dispensed for a fairly significant amount of time. And then after that time is over, it gets picked back up, the cart launches, and goes all the way around. So let's see what happens. So we hit the button. Dispensed. Okay, good. Then it waits. So that's just basically going to be waiting for, these items to make their way down like that. Items make their way down. Water picked up. Cart goes over, picks up all the items. Goes all the way through, zigzagging, zigzagging, zigzagging. And then eventually it should come all the way back here. I think it should make it here. Very good. Zigzagging its way up. And there we go. And it should dump off its stuff right in there. Fantastic. Alright, so now we're pretty much set. All we have to do now is just basically go ahead and fill this in. And of course we do need our 2 slabs here. So we need a slab right here and a slab right there, just so that redstone doesn't cut off. But everything else can be full blocks just like this. Just go ahead and fill that in like so and like so. Perfect. So to hook up all the other 3 dispensers, all you have to do basically is just draw this line down here like so, and then around to the other dispensers. So just make sure and put repeaters where necessary. You see I have just a simple repeater line and redstone line, and then we have a block next to our dispensers, and then it just continues around the side here over to the next dispenser right there, and then finally the 3rd dispenser right over here. And that's all there is to it basically for that. So now the only thing left to do is go ahead and place your end stone. You want to place your end stone in a pattern like this, sort of to make a triangle pattern of end stone. So basically you need an end stone on the end here, skip one diagonally, another end stone there, skip one diagonally, another end stone there, skip another one diagonally, end stone there. Same thing on the opposite side, skip a diagonal, end stone, skip a diagonal, end stone, skip a diagonal, end stone. And then from your dispenser, you want to go out 1 and then over 1, 2 blocks, end stone there, out 3 blocks, end stone there, and same thing on the left-hand side, up 1, out 2, place an end stone there. And you want to do that for all 4 quadrants. Alright, there is the end stone placed down. Now you want to take your floor block and place it down over your rails if you haven't done so already. This is just to make sure that everything looks nice. And yeah, this is pretty straightforward, so I'll just go ahead and skip this portion. So at this point you should be almost done. Everything should be wired up and working properly. Now we just have to make the farm sustainable. And the way we do that is by using stained glass panes to basically force the farm to produce large amounts of coarse flowers close to the ground so they're easily accessible. And so what you need to do is on the outside portion of the end stone triangle right here, just make another 2-high triangle of dirt. So just basically go along here like this and make a triangle of dirt just like that. And then you're going to need to do the same thing on the inside triangle. So right here, just make a little bit of a triangle here. There we go, just like so. And then you're going to want to go ahead and place purple stained glass, or really any block right here. It doesn't have to be glass, actually. It could be just a regular full solid block, just like that. And then just get rid of the dirt that you just placed down. So this basically ensures that when the coarse fruit grows, it will at least produce enough coarse flowers to be able to replant for the next time. And usually you end up running a little bit of a surplus as well. So that is what this is for. That's why we put these down like this. And then you're going to want to do that for every side. And that's it, guys. You are done. You now have completed the farm build. You can now start to place down your coarse flowers on all these end stone like this. And these will start to grow and produce coarse fruit and coarse flowers. But I do recommend one other thing before you actually start to do that. I recommend you go ahead and put down some walls. That's to prevent some of the coarse fruit from growing out the side, and some of it might fall out of the collection area. And also a roof. The coarse fruits can grow to a maximum height of 22. So I recommend you make your roof, 23, 24 blocks or so, and that should give you the most amount of coarse fruit. So I'm going to go ahead and put down a little bit of a roof here, and I'll be back. So here is one example of what the end product could potentially look like. We got our roof, we got our walls, and we got our coarse fruit growing inside ready to be harvested. And again, you harvest the coarse flowers first, and then just walk out here, hit the button, and it automatically collects all the coarse fruit for you. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please do leave a like, and thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.